and gentlemen, the loneliest man in town, Mr. Jesse White.
I don't care what anybody says. I'd rather spend 30 minutes with Martin Landau than 6 weeks in a hospital. Some of you may not be aware that Martin is not a Johnny-come-lately. He was a child actor in movies many years ago, and one of his first jobs was being strapped to Charles Lawton's back in the back of Notre Dame. And to this day, not only is he a fine actor, but he's a great hump.
Jesse White.
I'm from Ohio, as Stan told you, Akron, Ohio. I left as soon as I found out where I was. But seeing all you New Yorkers here reminds me of Lindy's restaurant. Remember dear old Leo Lindy? And a guy came in one night, another ricious bastard, a real anti-Semitic guy, and he's muttering terrible things, Jewish anti-Semitic remarks. And he sits down and the waiters ignore him like he's got God knows what. Nobody can ignore you like a New York waiter. And they stay the hell away from him. And he's getting louder and louder. What the hell is the management of this establishment? And Leo Lindy, if you recall, used to walk around with his glasses on his nose like that. He walks over and says, what seems to be the problem? He said, what the hell does a man have to do around here to get a glass of water? Leo bends down and said, why don't you try setting yourself on fire? But the hotel's in New York or something. I stay at the Hilton. I called down one morning. I said, this is Mr. White in 4002. I like to have my breakfast. He says, me too, and hangs up. Call the housekeeper. I said, there seems to be a shortage of bathroom tissue in my bathroom. She said, why don't you try to eat a little less? Guy comes home from work, a Jewish man, and his wife is very upset. He said, what's the matter? She said, that bum across the court is walking around naked without clothes on. And I'm so amazed. He said, where? Take a look. Oh, there he is. He looks over, he says, what are you talking about? All I can see him is from the waist up. She said, stand on the dresser and look down. Rabbi's walking down the street, he meets a friend of his. And the friend says, where are you going, Rabbi? He said, I'm going to the Nafka bias. That's a house of ill repute. He said, why are you wearing a towel? He said, if I like it, I may stay over Shabbos. Man takes his wife to a doctor. She wasn't feeling well. And the doctor says, come in. He says, what seems to be the problem? She says, I don't know, doctor. I feel so listless. I feel I have no energy. Max comes home, I haven't got there just saying to make him stop it. He says, well, he examines her. He said, you seem to be all right. How's your sex life? She said, forget it. I think Max forget how. He says, I'll tell you, I think that could be a problem. He says, call him in, I'll show him what to do. The husband comes in and sits down, and the doctor commences to give the ladies some of the finer points of lovemaking. Finishes, he says, how do you feel? She said, oh, I feel like a new person. I feel so peppy. He said, I think that'll help you. I recommend that you have it at least 3 times a week, like Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. She said, what do you think, Max? He said, Monday and Wednesday I could drive you. Friday you'll take the bus. This story concerns a man. Little old Jewish man went to the dentist to have a tooth pulled. As he's sitting in a chair, the doctor starts to pull a tooth and it slips out of the pinchers and lodges in his throat. And the poor guy is gagging. And he's starting to turn blue. He says, please forgive me, Mr. Levine. It happens, but don't worry. There's a throat specialist on the next floor down. You get it out in a minute. Take him down to the throat man, and poor guy's he says, just relax. Reaches down with the pinchers, gets a hold of it. As he pulls it up, the nurse bumps his elbow, and it drops down into his stomach. He said, what the hell's going on here today? You butterfingers? He said, please, it happened. I'm sorry. I apologize, but don't worry. There's a stomach specialist on the next floor down. Like that, he'll get it up. They take him down to his stomach man. He says, sure, just relax. Reaches down with the long pinchers, grabs a hold of it, pulls it up, and bumps into one of his kishkis. And it drops down into his colonic area. He says, what's going on here today? He says, please, I know, I apologize. But don't worry, there's a proctologist on the first floor. He'll get it out. They take him down to the proctologist, put him up on a table, and insert the cystoscope. He said, you know you've got a tooth growing in your tooth. But don't worry, there's a wonderful dentist on the top floor.